Hey, so any construction workers in the house at all? One, two, awesome. Okay, so I'm not sure from this story if you're going to completely, utterly judge me or be proud of me. It could go one way or the other. So take us back all the way to 2011, and I was down in Baja, Mexico with a bunch of teenagers that were trying to being the operative word, build a house. And so we had this construction worker that was guiding us throughout the day, and he was telling us what to do and how to do things. Again, putting tools and power tools and nails and all this stuff into the hands of teenagers. I mean, that's scary business, putting that in the hands of teenagers, but they were trusting us. We were doing this, and I had the job of going up onto the roof and putting the shingling on with the shingling nails and stuff like that. So I had my pack, I had my hammer, I had the nails, I was ready to go. I was a 16-year-old teenager who thought that he could conquer this roof like it's nobody's business, even though I've never done this before in my entire life. So I go up onto the roof and I start hammering the shingling and the nails into as I go. And what I decide to do is take the nails and I decide to line them up in my mouth. It's a great idea. So so now here's what I'm doing. I'm going down. It's also a slanted roof. So I'm trying to hold my balance, or with my feet, because that's what you do with feet. Try to hold your balance. And I am taking nails one at a time, and I'm going like this: hammer, nail, hammer, nail, hammer. I'm going down. And I'm flying. Like I am like cranking this roof out with its shingling, and I'm feeling like a stud. So I'm going down. I got my nails, so I pull out like 5 more, line them up, and I'm going down. I'm going down. Now I get to the end of the roof. I literally have 1 shingling left and 1 nail left. It was like perfect. It was like it just happened to be the right amount of nails in my pack, lined up in my mouth, and I had 2. I pulled 1 out. I nailed in the first side of the shingling, and then I'm about to grab the last one, and I feel a sneeze coming on. And I'm like, no. I am not letting this sneeze. I'm not going to project this thing out onto the 40, 50 feet down to the ground. I'm going to stop this sneeze from happening. So I'm like, no, and I hold it, and I suck in. Yep. And I gulped. The nail, ladies and gentlemen, was lost. I'm panicking now. I'm trying not to panic. I'm internally panicking. Externally, I'm still on the roof. Obviously, I'm dangerous up in the air. And I'm like, am I about to die? What's gonna happen? Is it gonna slit my throat? Like, I'm bleeding out. Like, this is how I go. And so what happens is I'm like there for like 10, 15 seconds. I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling pain. I don't think. What's gonna happen? So I decide to slowly get off the roof, freaking out internally, trying to hold my composure externally. I go to the construction worker who's kind of leading our team, and I go up to him, and I'm like, sir, I think I swallowed a nail. And this was a big dude. This is like a dude that you get intimidated like so much by. And I was like, what is he gonna say? He's gonna yell at me. And he looks at me and he's like, oh, not again. Again. Someone else did this apparently with his construction team lately. So I was like, okay, so I'm not the first idiot who's done something like this. That's great, good to know. And so I'm like, well, what do I do? And he's like, well, he talked me through a couple of questions. Are you feeling pain? Like, so on and so forth. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling any pain. And he's like, well, like, there's not a whole lot that we can do. Luckily, you didn't feel any pain. Does it feel like it's scratching? I said no. And so I'm like, all right, cool. What do I do? He said, well, you gotta wait for it to come out the other end. Hopefully. I'm like, great. Awesome. So here I am now, 16-year-old, trying to not own up to the fact that I just swallowed a nail, not trying to act like a dingus. And I was like, I gotta go finish the roof. Duh. So I grab 1 more shingling, or I grab 1 more nail, I go back up, and I hammer it in, done, roof is completed, great, awesome, come back down, and now I'm just hanging out waiting, and for the project to be done, we go back to our site where we're at, and I just am waiting for my body to do his business. So I wait, I poop once, Nope, nothing. All right, great. I'm gonna wait till the next day, I guess. And again, I'm obviously like super self-conscious of like, am I gonna like, is something gonna start happening? Am I gonna get an infection? Am I gonna start bleeding? Like, am I gonna start bleeding in random places? I was gonna just freaking out of what could actually happen, but trying to keep my composure. Nothing happened the first time. Second time, I pooped. And lo and behold, the lost had been found. I kid you not. There was a shiny little nail right there, this small little shingly nail that was sitting in my little turd. And you better believe I had a temptation to go in there, pick it up. As a teenage boy, I didn't do it, guys. That's gross. Okay, I have some limits. So I wanted to pick it up and like take it as like a lost and found or like a show and tell item. I chose not to. But luckily, I didn't get hurt. I didn't get injured. But I swallowed a nail. That's my story, and I'm shitting to it.